clear gap between bat and glove. I'm satisfied, no bat involved. Going back to on-field umpire, please. Yes, you can check. Come ready, please. The original decision is not out. Ball pitching outside off. Impact in line. Wickets missing. Going back to on-field umpire, please. Is that you can stay with your not out decision. You're on screen.
Geez, what a brilliant decision that was. And you were right too. It was bouncing. So this wouldn't be Abrar's best figures because he has 4 for 9 versus UAE. But bowling your 4 overs for under 10 on a good batting pitch. Credit to Abrar. Apesh ends with a dot, just a 1 run. 15 bowled, 88 for 6. Not a healthy scorecard at all. Kamindu Mendis is there.
Well, the problem with Sri Lanka right now is they don't have much left after this. So this is kind of their last recognized batters. So they have to make sure that they face all 30 deliveries, the remaining 30 deliveries.
Eight runs off 17 balls, this partnership. Wakar, I think Sri Lanka need to make a decision here. Hobble their way, crawl their way to 110, or take your chances and look to play some shots. If it comes off, you get 135, 140. If not, you're bowled out for 100. Because 110, 120 is not going to cut it.
Russ, either way, I think they're going to be well short.
That's for sure. Short fine leg. Well, he'll turn and chase. Plugs in the outfield, so just a couple. Yeah, but you got to try. You got to make a decision either way here. I would think Kamindu Mendis comes off, plays the innings of a lifetime. With 140, you never know.
I think Sri Lanka should have thought about it early. They should have just sort of thought about not 190, 180, just thought of 160, 170. I think that's where they made mistake, and then they kept on losing wickets. And now even 130, 140 might not be enough. They have to really play out of their skin to get to 140, 150. One more wicket down, further problem will start.
Yeah, that's always my point. Get your foundation right, target a decent score that keeps you in the game. Things go well, there are your bonus runs. You look to win the game in all 3 departments, not just the one. Well, the 2 teams that won their first game in the Super Force, they'll be up against each other tomorrow. Effective edge. How about that? Middle of the bat. You're not finding the boundary, but the edge, it flies away.
Well, at this stage, Sri Lanka will swung his bat. It was a slow.
And he's got no other option. Shine Shah Afridi and Faim Ashraf who opened the bowling. They got an overreach. Haris Rauf has 2. Slower delivery. Well, tomorrow in Dubai, first ball to be bowled at 6:30 p.m. India take on Bangladesh. Both teams unbeaten.
It should be a good game, both on high at this stage. India definitely playing best cricket of their life, and a young team.
The point will come across. Well, what I noticed when they played Pakistan 2 days ago, India didn't have a good game. They dropped so many catches. Bumrah went for 45 plus, but yet looked dominant.
Well, it's their batting. I thought the two openers, the way they started, they meant business. Although 170 on Dubai pitch is not a target where you just, chase it the way they chased. You do have difficulties, but they never allowed any of Pakistani bowlers to settle. They attacked everyone. Abrar, Shaheen, Fahim, everyone. End of the 16th, 97 for 6, Sri Lanka.
That Manhattan graph is a really good illustration of what's happened. Wickets right at the start, so that set them back. 2 wickets inside the first 3 overs. And there were a couple of big overs as well, which kick-started things nicely and got them going. Then over number 8, a couple of wickets and pegged them down dramatically for the next half a dozen overs, really. And they haven't really recovered from that. Manhattan graph is a really good illustration of what's happened. Wickets right at the start, so that set them back. 2 wickets inside the first 3 overs. And there were a couple of big overs as well, which kick-started things nicely and got them going. Then over number 8, a couple of wickets and pegged them down dramatically for the next half a dozen overs, really. And they haven't really recovered from that moment. So they've got some work to do, Sri Lanka. 6 down, 97 on the board, 4 overs remaining. The run rate just a shade over 6. Pakistan will be happy.
10 and over will take them to 137. That'll be a reasonable total to defend. If they get to 135, 140, that would be ideal for them from this stage.
Yeah, this is the business end. Dragging that on the onside. He's did it pretty well. 1 bounce and it has gone for 4. It's a good start to the over. That's what they need. Positive stuff right at the beginning.
Here's a good play, Mendes. 38 now. That was his 3rd boundary. And that too towards mid-wicket. There was 2 fielders there, square leg and mid-wicket. Played it between those two. Picked up nicely that gap. A bit of a slog, but that's what they need at this stage of the game. Massive gap, 54 meters between those 2 fielders.
Couple of tall building blocks here will give them good momentum, Sri Lanka, for the last couple of overs. Running that first one hard, touching and turning. That's aggressive running and good running.
Good start of the over for Sri Lanka, 6 runs from it. Last 30 balls, they've scored 29 runs and a wicket. That shows how good this pitch is, Hazy. Everything is true, even bounce coming nicely on the bat. Pakistan did really well here with getting Sri Lankan 6